This is supposed to be playoff basketball, the crown jewel, the moment when a league showcases its very best, when ticket demand soars, arenas sell out, and the product feels larger than life. But in the WNBA this postseason, the reality looks nothing like the dream. Tickets are going for $6. $6 to walk through the doors of a playoff game. That isn't a typo. That isn't a flash sale. That's the going rate. Cheaper than a Chipotle burrito, cheaper than a couple of Starbucks lattes, cheaper than parking your car outside the arena. And these aren't nosebleeds either. Lower bowl seats are going for the price of fast food. Courtside, the supposed holy grail of exclusivity, is dropping into the territory of a high school state championship. $200 for playoff basketball. The optics are brutal. The WNBA's most important stage is struggling to even give tickets away, and the reasons why can be summed up in 2 words. Caitlin Clark. Because when she's on the floor, the league is electric. Arenas sell out. Secondary market tickets skyrocket past $4, $5, even $1,000. Her games become cultural events, appointment viewing, the kind of must-see moments that pull casual fans into the orbit of women's basketball. But now she's not playing. Sidelined with injury, stuck in sweats on the bench. And just like that, the magic is gone. The numbers tell the story with cruel clarity. Ratings down over 55% since she went out. Attendance plummeting. Merchandise sales flatlining. Even the All-Star game, a showcase that should have been a celebration, tanked by more than a third when she wasn't there to headline. The proof is undeniable. The WNBA isn't just leaning on Caitlin Clark. The WNBA is Caitlin Clark. Think back to what she accomplished in her rookie season. Indiana home games averaging over 17,000 fans, 54 sellouts across the league. Teams moving their matchups into NBA arenas just to handle the demand. The Washington Mystics leaving their 4,200-seat home to host her in a 14,000-seat building. The Chicago Sky shifting into the United Center, packing in over 20,000. It wasn't just growth, it was transformation. It was proof that one player could alter the entire trajectory of a league. Now look at what's left without her. $6 tickets, half-empty buildings, hundreds, sometimes thousands of seats going untouched. Even playoff games, the supposed pinnacle of competition, reduced to the price of a sandwich and a soda. The fall is staggering, and it exposes a truth the league has never wanted to admit. Everything was built on one fragile pillar, and the second that pillar cracked, the whole structure began to shake. Fans don't need spreadsheets or press releases to see it. They can feel it in the energy of the arenas. They remember mortgaging their wallets just months ago to watch Clark pull up from the logo, to see her thread impossible passes, to witness history in real time. They remember resale tickets climbing into the thousands. And now those same fans scroll past playoff seats cheaper than dinner at Olive Garden, barely interested enough to click. It's not that they stopped loving basketball. It's that the product without Clark no longer feels like an event. And here's the kicker. This collapse didn't have to happen. The signs were flashing red for months. Every time Clark missed a game earlier this year, the drop was immediate and dramatic. Ratings dipped. Attendance sagged. Social media engagement slowed. It was obvious that the league's fortunes were tied directly to her availability. Yet instead of protecting her, instead of ensuring referees kept her safe from constant cheap shots, instead of managing her minutes with long-term vision, the WNBA let her get beaten down. Opponents targeted her with elbows, hard fouls, and body checks that would have drawn ejections in any other league. Officials swallowed their whistles. And Clark, ever the competitor, played through it until her body gave out. The timing could not have been worse. This was supposed to be the WNBA's victory lap. Expansion franchises were being announced. A new media rights deal worth over $2 billion was looming on the horizon. Sponsors were lining up. Player salaries were on the table for renegotiation. For the first time in decades, the league had momentum. But all of it, every single thread of that progress was stitched into Caitlin Clark. And when she went down, the seams unraveled. Now, the WNBA finds itself exposed. The postseason is a showcase of just how dependent they are on a single player. What should have been a celebration of depth, parity, and competition has become a cautionary tale. The house of cards fell the moment Clark was ruled out. The image that lingers isn't of highlight reels or packed stadiums, it's of empty seats and bargain bin ticket prices. For Indiana, the reality is even harsher. They built everything around her, and rightly so. She wasn't just a star. She was the system. The offense flowed through her hands. The marketing campaigns featured her face. ESPN slotted Fever games into prime time because of her. She turned a struggling franchise into the hottest ticket in basketball. Without her, all that shine has faded, leaving behind a painful truth. Indiana Fever basketball without Caitlin Clark simply doesn't sell. It's not a knock on the rest of the roster. Kelsey Mitchell's scoring deserves recognition. Aaliyah Boston's interior dominance is real. Lexi Hull's hustle inspires teammates. But the market doesn't lie. Fans want greatness, and right now, Clark is the only player delivering it on a level that transcends the sport. Everyone else is left playing in the shadows. The WNBA's growth in 2024 was unprecedented, but it was also fragile, built on one foundation. And when that foundation cracked, the collapse was swift. 55% dips in ratings. 36% drops in marquee events. Tickets worth less than a night at the movies. This isn't stability. This isn't sustainable. This is fragility disguised as progress, and it leaves the league with a terrifying question. What happens if they don't learn from this? What happens if they continue treating Clark like just another player instead of the generational superstar she is? Because make no mistake, her strength carried them here. Her resilience, her charisma, her unmatched ability to pull in audiences turned women's basketball into appointment viewing. But she's not invincible. If the league doesn't adapt, if they don't invest in protecting her, if they keep pretending that her impact is exaggerated, then this moment will be remembered not as the start of a golden era, but as the beginning of a wasted opportunity. Those empty seats are more than a financial problem. They're a warning. They're the story of a league that had lightning in a bottle and let it slip. They're the story of how one injured star can bring an entire system to its knees. And unless something changes, they're going to be the story of the WNBA for years to come. So, what do you think? Who's really to blame for this collapse? The league for failing to protect its superstar? The franchise for mismanaging her health? Or is it simply the reality of modern sports, that one transcendent player can make or break everything?